People looked at cartwheels, they looked at old cartwheels, they looked at how they were constructed, made the various pieces, the various sections of the radius of the wheel, made the spokes, put it all together, knocked it all together, got it all into shape, all nice, but couldn't get the steel tyre onto the wheel. Well, hello everybody, and thank you once again for checking in. I was talking recently about the need for a new film camera. There hasn't been a new film camera on the market in decades. The only, oh, someone's getting cross out there. The only new film cameras you can buy at the moment, apart from things like the Lomo and cameras of that kind, which are, you know, fine in their own way, but they're not the serious kind of cameras that we used to buy. The only serious kind of new film camera you can buy at the moment is a Leica, and while they are certainly very nice rangefinder cameras, they're also desirable luxury goods with a price to match. So they're not really a choice for many people, myself included. So there really is a case for a new affordable film camera coming onto the market, especially with the recent upsurge in film. Well, now, Ricoh Imaging, the parent company to Pentax, have stepped up to the mark in a really big way, and they've announced plans to produce not just one, but a series of new film cameras. The gentleman involved is Mr Takeo Suzuki, and you can see him on a video on the Pentax website talking about this new series of cameras. And apparently the idea is to create a compact camera, an SLR, and eventually, if possible, if they can do it, a mechanical camera, a fully mechanical film camera. And that will be a range of cameras that I will sincerely look forward to seeing, and I sincerely hope can be brought to market. It's a really difficult thing to do, as Mr Suzuki, or perhaps I should say Suzuki-san, points out. The skills are fading away very quickly, and what they've had to do is to talk to some of the engineers who are now in retirement, who used to work on the film cameras, and bring them together with younger people, with younger technicians who are now working at Pentax and who are interested in film imaging and in film camera technology. So that's what they're doing at the moment. They're bringing together people, older people and younger people, to share the ideas, to share the know-how, and hopefully to get these cameras into production. Mr Suzuki does say that Pentax still have all their old blueprints, they still have all their old designs, but he also says that that is not even half the battle, nowhere near half the battle. It's an important step, certainly, but there is a very long way to go. So, you know, Pentax are to be applauded for this. This is going to be the first mass market camera, the first mass market film camera to the market in decades, and that is a really fantastic thing. So as I say, the tech and the know-how is being sourced from retired technicians and retired designers, because this knowledge fades very, very quickly. Knowledge fades really quickly, especially technical knowledge, when a technology begins to die out. It's a little bit like a story I once heard of cartwheels, making cartwheels, and this story must date from, I don't know, maybe the 1910s, 1920s, somewhere around that time. It might be an apocryphal story, I don't know, but it illustrates the point very well. And it's the story of somebody who wanted to make a cartwheel after carts and cartwheels had gone out of fashion. Before, at the time, internal combustion technology was taking over, which of course used pneumatic tyres and steel wheels, and this old technology of making cartwheels had become lost. So the story goes that what happened was people looked at cartwheels, they looked at old cartwheels, they looked at how they were constructed, made the various pieces, the various sections of the radius of the wheel, made the spokes, put it all together, knocked it all together, got it all into shape, all nice, but couldn't get the steel tyre onto the wheel. Cartwheels used to have a steel hoop, a steel band going right around the edge. And nobody, once this wheel was made, could work out how the heck we're going to get that tyre, that steel tyre, onto the rim of the wheel. Because, of course, if you make it big enough to just slide on, then that's no good. It's going to slide off when it's in use. It's got to be a friction fit, and it's got to be a compressed friction fit onto that wheel. How on earth is that possible? Well, eventually one old boy was found, and he passed on the secret, and the secret was to heat up the iron tyre to make it expand, and you could then drop it onto the wheel, quickly cool it before it burnt the wood, and it would contract onto the wheel and be fixed very, very tightly onto the tyre. And that's an old story that demonstrates how quickly technologies can be lost. And I guess complex technical knowledge, like how to build a film camera, that can be lost in a generation. 20 years is enough to wipe out that detailed knowledge, I guess. And it is very, very detailed, specific knowledge that you need. It's not enough to know it in principle. You have to know exactly how to do it. You have to know exactly what material to make that bearing from, exactly what radius to cut these gears to so that they won't bind in practice and they'll work at a range of temperatures. And that takes experience. That takes long experimentation, long practice, and that's the kind of knowledge that's built up over a lifetime of work. That expertise doesn't come quickly. So hopefully, this is very much in the early stages. This plan is very much in the early stages, but hopefully that can come together. It's very much at the stage of considering viability. And it's great that a company with real clout is doing this rather than a startup. It's a very, very difficult project for a startup to undertake unless you've got a design that's known, tried, tested, and you've got people who can make it and put the blooming thing together. That's a really tall order for a startup to achieve. Even if you've got loads and loads of money, still you've got to generate that expertise, that understanding, that detailed, specific technical knowledge to make the thing actually work. It's not enough to have a good design. Pentax can do that. They've got the clout, they've got the weight, they've got the money, they've got the experience, and they've got the industry position to do it. So well done, Ricoh Imaging, and well done, Mr Suzuki, and for spotting this opportunity, because it really is. This is an industrial opportunity, a commercial opportunity, and an artistic, creative opportunity as well. So well done to everybody. It represents outstanding vision on the part of Pentax and Mr Suzuki, and a love of the medium, which I'm very glad to see is still alive in the industry in a meaningful way. So very, very good news indeed. And if it comes off, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed, if this comes off, it will secure the future of film photography well into this century, and certainly for the next couple of decades. So let's hope it comes about. Coming up on this channel, well, what have we got? I'll show you what we've got. We've got this lovely camera. This is a Rollei medium format twin lens reflex camera, the Rollei Cord. This is something of an iconic camera. And many of these were used in the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s and beyond. So we'll be putting this through its paces. We'll be loading it up with some 120 and going out to shoot it, then developing and looking at the results. So that I am very much looking forward to. I've never shot one of these before. I've only ever shot 35mm or 110, so this will be a first for me. We've got some very interesting ones of these coming up. We've got lots of nice lovely vintage lenses coming up. We've got some Zeiss ones, we've got some Rollei ones, we've got I think a Leica one coming up somewhere, so lots of interesting lenses. We've got lots of interesting film stuff coming up. One thing I really want to do, I've got a roll of Kodachrome. Yeah, you can't develop Kodachrome anymore, I know that, but using the tricolor process, maybe I can get some colour images out of it. Kodachrome you can shoot and develop, but you can only develop it as black and white. However, with colour filters and the tricolour process, I'm hoping to shoot some colour shots with a roll of Kodachrome, so we'll see how that goes. And we've got loads of other film and digital stuff coming up too. However, as for the now, that's all from me for now. Many thanks for your support throughout the year. Many thanks to subscribers for all your support. And many thanks also go to patrons too, without whom this channel could not do what it does. Many thanks everybody for your continuing support throughout the year. It's really appreciated. Thank you. Have a very happy Christmas, everybody. Happy holidays, and whatever your persuasion or belief, have a happy holiday and enjoy this time of year. I will see you in 2023, and let's hope that year brings some peace and some joy to this tumultuous and divided world. So that's it from me for now. Thank you. Oh, a lens fell over and made my camera shake. Thank you for checking in once again. And if you're not doing anything, next time, please do join us for a spot more xenography. Cheerio all, and happy Christmas.